being uwu and emo at the same time. To me, being uwu is a sense of representing happiness and almost a sense of being like your inner child. I know that the phrase is quite funny sounding, but whenever I hear that phrase, whenever I think about it, it really is something that you can kind of execute in your life, because being emo and uwu, they're complete opposite parts of the spectrum of emotion. It's if you're both, you're right in the middle of being uwu and emo. It's a mix of both. It's being well rounded. That's basically what that phrase is saying. And my entire life, well, not my entire life, but these last couple of years, I've kind of followed that philosophy of being uwu and emo. You know, to me, that phrase is something much more deeper than just the superficial, content things that we see online. You know, I've always grown up in my life. I've never judged other people for their differences. Whenever I grew up, I had a lot of alternative friends, and I was introduced into these concepts like, I mean, all this stuff with like Gacha Life and, being uwu and stuff. And, people at school, they'll judge you for like even mentioning it, and to me, it's like, I mean, I grew up this small with my entire life, you know, and if you can represent these spectrums, you know, through time. If a lot of people do it, we as a civilization, we as a generation won't have to, think it's cringe. You know, I personally like that phrase, and I believe it's important to be well rounded. To me, that means to be well rounded. Being uwu and emo. Emo. Now, getting to the emo part. That is emo. Socially is something that you're quite timid, and you have dark hair that goes over your face and stuff like that. You listen to rock music, and although that can be emo to a certain extent, it doesn't have to be like that. Emo can just be being quiet, keeping to yourself, being respectful, and if you compare both uwu and emo, it's just being well rounded. That's basically the entire thing. It's a mix of expressing your inner light, expressing who you are, expressing your niche hobbies. You know, to me, that phrase is just be yourself, and respect others, and don't be judgmental. That's what being uwu and emo means to me, and I think a lot of people should be like that, because if we were all like that, everybody, there would be no room for hate. There is no place for hate. So my this video is here to tell y'all need to be uwu and emo, because it'll be well rounded. Oh, I don't know what happened to my laptop. Oh, it's a little bug. Look at that. Well, yeah, uwu and emo, y'all. Oh, my thing